Hi everyone, this is SocionyTube. Today we're gonna make a video responding on your questions, answering your questions. And so I have a couple of very interesting questions that we would like to share the response with you.
Yeah, after we released the video, Relationships in Socionics Quadras, we got suddenly few good questions and decided to make a video.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, first comment. Can you give more examples from TV or book scenarios to illustrate communications in quadras? Maybe use some popular movies or cartoons.
Let's start with Force Quadra. It's the easiest one.
It's kind of hard to come up with like really good examples from movies or books because the relationships that are shown, they often quite artificial, or they are some kind of a mix of the different values. So just to show the pure, it's quite hard to recall, but
that's true.
We have a few examples that at least somehow
one person was from certain quadra.
more or less resemble
at least one person fits one quadra.
So what can you say about Force Quadra?
So about Force Quadra, so the first thing that came to my mind when we started talking about the relationships in Force Quadra is just a fairy tales like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty or things like that. So in Cinderella you have a very kind, very noble, very gentle girl that was abused by bad people, but she was so kind. She took care of everyone and everything, and trees and animals and people, and she loved everything. And so just royal prince fell in love with her kindness and her character, and she became a queen. Don't really do anything, just being kind. So there was not that much of achievement, so there was no extraordinary sensing, just she was very kind, and people loved her for being kind. So kindness is one of the most important qualities in relationships.
So we have here both collectivism because she became like from the royal family, and she
was from the noble family, but she became part of the royal family. I don't know.
Yeah, she was just treated badly, but she was very noble, and they both very noble, very kind. So that sounds like Force Quadra. Very much.
Yeah, well, this is like just a silly example, but still just example.
Oh, why? So my example gonna be the third quadra example.
Third quadra.
Pirates of Caribbean, Will and Elizabeth. Even though she was from like royal high status family, her parents arranged the marriage.
For
her. And to the other noble guy, very well respected, but she didn't care about him. And here she meets a guy, Will, who is blacksmith, who is like very not respected profession, and then he becomes pirate, and that makes her...
And she fall in love with him even more.
Yeah, exactly. So she abandons her home, her parents, and she gets in jail because she was trying to marry him. And their like relationships is all about this danger, this pirates and
fights,
treasures. And
okay, so for example, from the second quadra, just the easiest one that you can think of is Romeo and Juliet. And so they were from royal families that were fighting each other, and they so madly fall in love with each other, that they were ready to die for their love. And this is like, okay, so can we read fast this phrase that I've heard? So there was never a story more full of pain than the story of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
So love is a pain, because emotions are so strong that you can't get rid of them.
But they cannot fulfill them properly.
You can't fight these emotions because they're so strong. They're just driving you crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And very tragic but very romantic story. So finally, example from first quadra. It's really hard to come up with one.
We don't have one, sorry.
Because in popular movies, in popular books, is typically some kind of mix of fourth, third, quadrish
second,
values.
I would say sometimes also.
Sometimes second too. But first, it's really rare and really hard to recall. So only thing that comes to our mind is that Edward Scissorhands.
At least one person was for first quadra in that relationship.
Yeah, that's Edward. So he was so weird and so... But he was harmless. So this is characteristic also to first quadra.
This is so awesome how you said that.
He's like
harmless.
So unusual, so not like other people. And he can create some beautiful things, but he looks scary, but in fact he is harmless.
This is awesome.
So at least we know that he was from first quadra, and that's our example.
Yeah. So next question is, why wouldn't Gamma care about parents' approval, family ties, when they value introverted ethics, when Delta does?
So first of all, people from third quadra, they as individualists, they care first and foremost about their own relationships. So their own love, if they fell in love with somebody.
Or friendship also.
Or friendship is more important than what somebody else thinks, or what family thinks.
Just a phrase that came up to my mind about friends and priorities, third quadra, phrase that friends is a family that you choose.
Yeah.
And this is a really good illustration of individualism plus introverted ethics. So also I can point out about the introverted ethics in third quadra is, so when you're talking about approval from someone, it always goes towards hierarchy. So you have somebody who's lower in hierarchy, you have somebody who is higher, and the one who is lower, they need approval from the ones who is higher. It can be like in society and family of course also. So in family hierarchy, you have parents who's always higher than their children. That's why children are seeking for approval for their parents, because in hierarchy, the parent stands higher. So we didn't say that third quadra doesn't value family ties. That's not true. I said that they're not seeking for approval, but they're not. It's not like they're not seeking for relationships. Relationships are very important also.
Yeah. Okay, and our last question for today. What are your favorite sources to read about quadras?
Wikipedia. Well, honestly, on the English-speaking internet, the only place where you can read about the quadras is Wikipedia. Is probably the best.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Yeah. Sorry. So, what we like personally to read, Wikipedia.
Yeah,
well, not really, but still.
Not very helpful of an answer, but we just cannot say.
In Russian, on Russian, there are some interesting books that I might think of, but honestly, like an English-speaking internet,
Yeah,
Sorry.
let's...
You can watch our videos about the quadras.
Yeah, and ask more questions.
Yeah, ask more questions. We'll make more videos to answer them. And we usually probably will not answer like the most interesting questions under the question, because if the question has like really good value, we would like to share this question and answer with more people.
Okay, we're out of questions for today. Leave more questions in our comments to our videos, and we will try to answer them.
We'll do our best. If you want to watch more, click the video on the left or on the right.
And to subscribe, click the circular channel icon. Thank you for watching.